We grew up, Nelda and I, both on farms. She was on a dairy farm while I was growing a row crop farm. We had cotton, corn, sharecroppers, and whatever, hard time. And we had other ambitions when we were younger. But after a year or two and a couple of little babies, and both of us had parents that were fairly mature and had plenty of room for us to fit into the operation, it just seemed the logical thing for us to do, to come home and farm. We were desperate for years and years. It's hard to make a living on this hill land growing cotton. You can't get big. You can't get big with soybeans. You can't get big with hardly anything. And we needed to have a crop that was high value, labor intensive on a small acreage. Folks from the state came down with their Lincoln and there was whip antennas in the wind, and they took one look around and they told us there's no way in the world that you could have a U-pick or a tourism business way out here. Folks ain't gonna come. You hadn't got no metropolitan area, no big cities, no nothing. They got in their car and they left. Well, there ain't no telling how many millions of dollars has been through this operation. Folks will come. The year 2000, when everybody thought the world was coming to an end, I never seen that many people in my life. And I climbed up and counted them. I counted nearly 600 butts turned up in that field of picking butter beans and peas at 9 o'clock in the morning. When we started 20 years ago, everything was U-pick. Now, as we have moved down through the years, people have got more money than they know what to do with. And the older people that like to pick have died off. We have a younger clientele now on the U-pick operation, and they want us to pick it. They want a quality product that's grown locally, but they don't like to get out there and sweat, and they don't know how. And so much of the crop now, we are picking it ourselves. And there's some things that you have to pick if you're going to be in a U-pick operation. You don't know who's going to drive up tomorrow. So the thing is, me and Jolene go pick the squash, go pick the cucumbers, because if nobody comes, we got over-mature squash, over-mature cucumbers, and then your plants quit bearing. But now, people love to pick the tomatoes. We cannot pick tomatoes. And we have a lot of people that want to pick their peas and their butter beans. Now, another thing that we've learned in the U-pick business, you need to be prepared to let a lot of it go to waste. You can grow a world of squash for $25, but if you go and hire a bunch of folks or do it yourself and pick 100 gallons of squash and you can't sell it, you got a bunch of trouble. Nelda and I, our vice is we like to travel and we like this primitive stuff. And we built all these old log houses in the barns and whatever. And our Jolene got into the family and she said, folks will pay just to come out here. And lo and behold, the first time she put the feelers out to the different schools and a little advertising and got a few pumpkins together and some square hay bales. And the children just came from just blew my mind. There was no word apart. And shoot, this beats a punk out of growing soybeans and peanuts that you have to give away over in Alabama. We backed out off of some more row crops. We gave up about 250 acres of good bottom land. It was great for peanuts, and we're cutting back and concentrate more on the ag tourism. Because shoot, I like that business.